Will you and the Minister of Health review plans for the National Maternity Hospital and take steps to ensure that the hospital has full public ownership and accountability, and that the land that it is built on is owned by the state and not subject to a limited period lease which could compromise the provision of maternity and reproductive health care for future generations? This state has a sad history of failing women when it comes to maternal and reproductive health, from symphysiotomy to cervical check, and transferring power to religious charities when it comes to pregnant women. We've been painfully reminded of the consequences of that abdication of responsibility in the recent appalling reports on the mother and baby homes. And it's a power that has been tightly held. When Noel Browne attempted to bring in the mother and child scheme, it was blocked by religious pressure. And then just last year, we saw the state again in the unacceptable position of waiting to hear if the Vatican gave permission to the Daughters of Charity regarding a proposed site for a new national maternity hospital. And when the permission did come, it had conditions. Despite headlines about gifting the land to the people of Ireland, the fact emerged that the land was not given to the state, but transferred to a trust, St. Vincent's Holding, from which the state will lease the land for a period of just 99 years. Peter Boylan has talked of how the board of the National Maternity Hospital has been told that the deal is very complex, that it's not a regular deal and the documents will not be regular, that there will be a plethora of different structures and ownerships. And we have seen that religious orders have become very proficient in the shifting of assets and accountability through complex company structures. However, that does not mean they lose sight of long-term ownership and control. The new charitable trust's constitution, lodged with the company's register in August last year, is very similar to the constitution of St. Vincent's Healthcare Group. And moreover, clause 5.11 specifies that the directors may hold, sell, manage, lease or mortgage any or all of the parts of the property of the company. This is a huge hostage to fortune. The question remains, why is this trust, any trust, charitable or not, having control of any kind on our National Maternity Hospital? Why is it allowed that they would lease the state the land rather than sell it or give it? Why is the state diluting its responsibilities again? The same Sisters of Charity, whose documented role in illegal adoptions has been a subject of recent public outrage, called just last week for an investigation on that subject going back to 1922. If they can ask us to look back to the mistakes made 99 years ago, Minister, can I ask you to look forward 99 years? The proposed length of the lease of the land, it's not very long. It is our children's children's children. We will have spent millions on a hospital and then the lease will expire and maternal and reproductive health care will suddenly again be up for negotiation. We're in a different Ireland now, and a different Ireland even since the 2016 Mulvey report. The people of our country have broken silence and taken back control in terms of women's reproductive rights. The state has had to apologise again and again for how it failed women in the past. Let it learn from that and not make bad compromises that will fail the women of the future. At a time when EU fiscal rules are suspended, when 0% loans are available, there is no financial justification for giving our National Maternity Hospital to a charitable trust. Minister, I ask you to deliver something better, commit to a review of the plans and take steps, including, if necessary, compulsory purchase order to ensure full public ownership of our National Maternity Hospital.